It's the morning weather briefing. This is for Tuesday, the 4th of February. This is James Spann. Alabama's weather will stay very mild, if not warm, through Saturday. There could be a few showers along the way beginning tomorrow, especially for the northern third of the state. And it turns cooler next week. Here's the upper look today. And again, the main mid-latitude westerlies are a little north of here. There's a flat ridge on the Gulf Coast, and that's going to keep the cold air to the north and the main storminess to the north this week. We'll check the National Radar Composite. Very quiet. We do note rain and mountain snow increasing back over the western states. Temperatures are mostly in the 50s this morning, although some of the cooler pockets are in the 40s. For example, Anniston, Gadsden, Pell City, Montgomery, all mid to upper 40s. We have 50s elsewhere. We do note this morning there is a dense fog advisory for about the southern quarter of the state, south of a line from near Thomasville over to Phoenix City. The county's in gray on that map. Fog should dissipate by mid-morning. And back in the northwest U.S., winter storm warnings in effect. Much of Montana, parts of Idaho, Oregon, the mountains of California. So there might be a few thunderstorms today out west, parts of Northern California, the Oregon coast. And then tomorrow, it is interesting to note that SPC has defined a very low-end marginal risk of severe storms from the Mississippi Delta into southern Kentucky. And this thing does clip the northwestern corner of Alabama, including Florence and the Shoals. And I guess there might be a strong storm tomorrow evening, but again, the parameters here certainly don't look favorable for severe weather. We'll take a look at that in just a second. And then on day 3, which is Thursday, maybe some thunder from Tennessee, points east, but again, severe storms not expected. Here's the rain for the next 7 days, valid through Tuesday morning of next week. And the better rain totals across Alabama over the Tennessee Valley, Huntsville, Athens, Florence, Scottsboro, maybe 1 inch. And then you get down to Interstate 20, under a half inch for Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston. In South Alabama, not much rain at all. So let's break it down. Model fans, here we go with the GFS. It's the 06Z run, valid today at 3. And again, that ridge in place across the Gulf Coast states. And again, we're dry, I think, today. I guess, could there be a sprinkle somewhere? Yes, but probably not many showers at all. There'll be some clouds around today, probably not as sunny as yesterday. And because of that, highs in the low 70s in most spots. Yesterday, we had mid to upper 70s. So this is tomorrow, and again, this is where there could be showers and storms over the northern half of the state by afternoon. Let's go to the high-res HER model. This is valid tomorrow afternoon at 3, and you can see the chance of scattered showers over the northern half of the state. And I'd say the chance of any one spot getting a shower in the 30 to 40% bracket. Now, this is the SRH, the storm relative helicity, the wind dynamics, and there's just really nothing there. I just don't think we have a problem with severe storms. I guess there could be a little bit of thunder in spots, but not expecting any severe weather issues. But again, no doubt, a chance of scattered showers tomorrow, especially tomorrow afternoon. The weather stays mild, highs in the 70s. South Alabama will likely stay dry. So this is Thursday, and again, mostly dry. Highs well up in the 70s, a mix of sun and clouds. Same thing Friday. Could there be a shower? Yes, but probably not many at all. Friday's high mid to upper 70s. What about the weekend? This is Saturday. Looks warm. I would suggest this will be the warmest day of our warm spell here. For North Alabama, upper 70s. South Alabama, low 80s. Getting close to record territory here. And also we note on Saturday a pretty nasty-looking ice snow type situation for Chicago. And snow up north for Milwaukee, Madison, over toward Detroit. But again, all that stays north of us. Again, we're going to be nice and warm down here. And then Sunday, the front begins to seep southward. The cool air kind of creeps in. And there could be a few spotty showers around the high Sunday for North Alabama in the 60s, 70s for South Alabama. And the same thing on Monday. That front just kind of sags southward. And with moisture coming up and over the top of that, we'll see a few showers around Monday. The high Monday will be close to 60 for North Alabama, mid to upper 60s for the southern counties of the state. And this is a week from today, Tuesday the 11th, big trough to the west. Southwest flow aloft here, and a pretty good rain setup seems to be taking shape for the middle of next week. a surface low forming over the Mississippi Delta. And this could be a good snow for Oklahoma City and Wichita, Kansas City. And for us, a good rain event out there toward the middle of next week. This could bring maybe some heavy rain, maybe some thunderstorms. Not really a classic severe weather setup if the surface low stays that far south, but it sure looks like a good rain event setting up for the middle of next week. Let's keep going. 10 days out, this is Thursday the 13th. And again, you see no big trough in the east. There's a trough in the west. And if this is right, it's just not that cold. We'll be cooler next week. There's no doubt about that, with highs dropping in the 50s and lows in the 40s and maybe 30s. But again, we just don't see any evidence of a big Arctic blast next week. Let's check the rain for Birmingham coming off the European Ensemble. Boy, look at that. The mean is up to just a little under 4 inches between now and the 19th of February. Temperatures coming off the NBM National Blend of Models. You can see 70s for the rest of this week, and this is for Birmingham, South Alabama warmer. The warmest day Saturday at 79. A lot of folks will see low 80s on Saturday, but then the numbers begin to come down. The high Sunday, 67. Next week, highs between 57 and 60, with lows in the upper 30s and low 40s. And again, that's not bad at all. That's seasonal for this time of the year. Let's check the long range. This is the 8 to 14-day guidance. This is for the 11th through the 17th of February. And again, the upper winds just not allowing the really cold air to get in here. Temperatures near or still above average across the deep south. So again, inevitably, we'll have more cold snaps. I mean, winter's got a long way to go, but this week, very warm. Next week, cooler, but not excessively cold. So this is Severe Weather Awareness Week for Alabama. This is a National Weather Service in Birmingham thing they do every year, kind of getting people for the spring segment of the tornado season. Now, let's stress here. I understand Alabama's tornado season is November through May. November through May. Our 3 big months are November, March, and April. And the big month is April. But again, anytime November through May, and that's the reason this week is kind of set aside to just think about getting ready for severe weather. Now, here's one good thing about tornadoes. If you want to look at the positive here, most all tornadoes are EF0s and EF1s, about 75%. About 20% EF2, and really not many at all are considered EF3 or higher. So that's a good thing. And, of course, we face all other type hazards in the spring, flooding, and you name it, we've got it. But the key message, I think, is just to be sure you've got one of these. That's the baseline. That is a weather radio. And if you watch these videos, I know you got one. But just tell your friends to get one. So many people honestly believe in their heart they're going to hear a siren at 3 in the morning during a raging storm when they're sound asleep, and that siren is 5 miles away. If you think you're going to hear a siren to let you know a tornado's coming, there's basically no hope. We can't help you. And phones can stop working. These are great. They serve an important purpose, but that weather radio has nothing to do with a cell network. It's very rock solid and reliable. It's basically like having a smoke alarm in your house for a tornado. So weather radio. They're sold at most big box retailers. They cost about $30, and I know that's a lot of money, but it's a great investment. We have one. And hey, if we have one, you need one. All right, so today headed up to Madison in Alabama's Great Tennessee Valley. Going to see the kids at Heritage Elementary School. After that, Coleman Christian School. And then tonight I'll be at the ABF dinner, the American Baseball Foundation. It's a great ministry that helps in so many different ways with kids. I'll be having a sit-down talk with Goose Gossage. Man, he was throwing the heat back in the 80s. He's a baseball Hall of Famer. Tomorrow morning, going to be at First Baptist Columbiana for their kindergarten program. Then Children's of Alabama for a program for the patients and families. It's Weather Wednesday. And then Arden Preschool in Hoover. Thursday, going to go down to Coffee County, South Alabama, Zion Chapel Elementary School. And then Thursday evening, I'll be speaking to the college students in the AMS chapter. That's the American Meteorological Society chapter at Millersville University. Friday, Pinecrest Elementary in Sylacauga. And Saturday, it's the Rocket City Weather Fest. I'll be speaking there in the morning. It's going to be a good deal. If you like weather, you need to come to that. I've decided to kind of pull back the curtain and do a day in the life. And again, I don't like to talk about me. I'm not interesting. But along the way, I think I'll share some good tips about forecasting, synoptic scale weather forecasting, what I do, time management. You'll see what I do in a day, how I do this stuff, how many hours I really sleep. But again, that's Thursday morning, UAH in Huntsville, the Rocket City Weather Fest, and then I'll be speaking at the Magnolia Trace Retirement Community in Huntsville after that. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.